Previously on Taverns and Caverns, Path A. Damien, Isundra, Yaito, and Yatari returned to the town of New Tempest after their long journey from the nation of Dorwyn. Upon arriving at the Adventurers Guild, they are greeted by Linnell and soon escorted to visit me in my office. I am Iman Vanellis, Guildmaster of the New Tempest Adventurers Guild. In our discussion, I instructed them to stay within close proximity to the city, so that I can call upon them whenever it is necessary. I also requested for them to partake in a guild quest to seek out other missing adventurers. There were two separate parties from the guild that had gone to investigate and defeat an undead nuisance along Zephyr's Bay, but neither party has yet to return. I had also introduced them to a colleague of mine, a paladin by the name of Thaddeus Faust III, whom I've ordered to travel with them for the time being. And not long after speaking with me, the party met a twilight cleric by the name of Alaric Silverwind, whom would also join them on their quest to seek out the undead. Once their mission was set, they traveled to the northern docks of the city to find clues of what may have happened to the missing adventurers. Episode 3, Path A, Docks of New Tempest. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Taverns and Caverns Season 3, everyone. This is your Dungeon Master, HaphazardDM. And last time on Taverns and Caverns, the party had returned to the city of New Tempest, at least for Isundra and Damien, along with the NPCs, Yaito and Yatari. And within their return to New Tempest, they came across Linnell at the Adventurers Guild, who explained to them that Iman Vanellis was waiting to speak with them. And after meeting with Iman Vanellis, both Damien and Isundra met another character by the name of Thaddeus Faust III, who is a paladin that Iman Vanellis has worked with before and trusts him with his life. So Thaddeus is no pushover. He is a level 7 paladin. He is the same level as Isundra and Damien. The whole party is going to be level 7 for this season, at least starting off. You guys will be gaining levels, don't get me wrong. But before they left the Adventurers Guild, Iman Vanellis explained to the party that he had a mission for them in the near future, and he does not want them to leave the city's vicinity anytime soon. But they are allowed to take on quests here at the Adventurers Guild while they wait, as long as the quest doesn't take them too far from the city. And there was a quest that Iman Vanellis explained to them that the guild was having issues with. Two parties have been sent out to try and find a group of undead that were spotted along the coast of Zephyr's Bay, just on the outskirts of town. Unfortunately, both of those parties neither have returned. So the guild is assuming both parties have fallen to these undead. Iman Vanellis and the guild want to figure out who is controlling the undead, if there is someone even controlling these undead. So the party had taken that quest to try and figure out where these undead may be. But before leaving the guild hall, Iman Vanellis and Linnell did mention there was a cleric that was wanting to partake in their first mission as an adventurer. And that cleric went by the name of Alaric Silverwind, who is being played by a new player that's with us on Season 3, as we've introduced him before, Kendall. Happy to have you again, with you playing Alaric. And then we have Rod playing the new character Thaddeus Faust III. But we left off last session with the party arriving at the docks of New Tempest to try and ask some of the dock workers and maybe some of the sailors some questions to try and figure out if anyone knows where these undead may be located along the coast. Again, they've been spotted a couple times by some of the sailors sailing into and out of New Tempest, but that's where we left off. So that's where we're going to pick up. As the party arrives at the docks, you guys can see it is busy with several of the dock workers running back and forth, moving cargo. There are several ships docked at port. You see sailors prepping the ships for sail and sailors coming off ships from doing their business, their trade or whatever. But as you guys are standing there, no one really seems to look your way. It's a busy dock. Uh, Plenty of people have things to do. So, and the five of you, including the NPC Yaito, who's with you, Itari went back to the New Tempest Universities to take care of a few things. So she is not with you on this quest. And as I mentioned last time, the quest will reward you guys with 4,000 gold coins if you were able to figure out who is controlling the undead. But with that, I'll leave you all to your own devices. What does the party do? It's still about, I can't remember what I said last session. It's been about a month since we played. So I'm going to say it's midday right now. So think mid-afternoon, maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon by the time you guys get to the docks. What are the four of you doing at this point as you arrive?
Thaddeus is looking around, seeing if he catches anything kind of suspicious to his eye.
What are you, a cop?
Somewhat. I think he is.
I mean, he's a paladin. I mean, that is pretty close, I think, to a cop. Go ahead and make me either a perception check or an investigation check, whatever you prefer, Thaddeus. Faust.
Be perception. He's just looking around, just
Okay.
not really searching.
17. 17, that's pretty good. As you glaze over the docks with your eyes, again, it's bustling and busy with several workers and just civilians running about. You do notice, though, that there is a merchant along the side of you. He seems to be selling a bunch of fish. He's looking your way and he raises his hand as he notices you glaze over him. He just waves at you. Ah, good sir, could I offer you some fine fish fresh off the boats?
No, not at this time.
What if I give you a discount, good sir? You a tall, strapping young lad. I'm sure you could use a delicious fish here and there.
Compliments usually work for business, but I have other matters at hand. You need something else?
Actually, Thaddeus, do you mind if I step in to ask the merchant a few questions?
Sure.
Hello, good sir. I was hoping you could help us by telling us if you know anything about a few sailors or a few people missing that left the shore a little while ago.
Good sir, asking me, a simple merchant's questions of people missing around the docks. People go missing all the time, good sir. Do you have maybe perhaps a description of who the person you might be talking about? I see hundreds of people walk back and forth here.
Do we have a description of the missing parties?
You don't necessarily have a description. All you really know is that there have been two parties with multiple adventurers that sought out some undead and have not returned.
Okay. So I don't have a description, but I do know that it was two parties that went out in search of the undead. Have you heard of anyone going out to travel for a quest like that?
Undead. He slowly takes his right hand and begins to rub his chin. Undead. It's not something I like to hear, especially here in the city, but there's no undead in the city. At least I hope there isn't. I do remember, though, there was a squad, I think about 3 of them, strapping young lads, young Thundercats. Thought they would, I don't know, they had weapons on them and shields and whatnot. They were asking questions around. Perhaps that's the party you're talking about. As far as where they went, my memory seems to be running dry a bit. But, if you help parch it a little bit with a coin or two, I may be able to give you more details.
Damien walks up. No. If anyone's gonna scam someone around here, it's gonna be me, buddy.
Whoa, listen, I'm not trying to scam anyone. I'm just a simple merchant trying to make ends meet. If you're not going to buy any fish, I have to sell you something.
Excuse me, but there would be no scamming around here at all. He glares at both of them.
It's not a scam if I'm telling you the truth. For information and knowledge is worth money. Knowledge is power, is it not?
Good deeds should be unrewarded,
Mm-mm.
sir.
By the way you look, good strapping young lad, in that heavy armor of yours, Rod, does your character, being a paladin, is it obvious he's a paladin? Like, does his armor have like a cross or something, or like, do you
Yes,
carry the
yes,
emblem of your god?
yes.
Okay,
Like a big chain around his neck
okay.
with
The
emblem.
the merchant looks at you, noticing this emblem. He he immediately knows who your god is. Erdis, the god of good fortune. Good paladin. You yourself follow, I'm assuming, with that necklace around your neck. You follow Erdis, the god of good fortune. That is who all merchants follow, good sir. I too am a follower of Erdis. And as you know, you are right. Good deeds do go unrewarded, but I am a merchant that needs to make ends meet. If I can't sell you my fish, I need to sell you something else. I have wife and kids I have to support, you see? If you don't want any of the fish, I can give you some information about these strapping young thundercats that walked through here a couple days ago.
Well, I do think what he's asking for, a little trade, is fair. With us,
Is
giving
it?
him.
There's tons of people around here we can ask, and we probably won't have to pay a dime. Or we could beat your ass and get the information that way, but I'd rather go elsewhere. See ya. Damien storms off, cape following in the breeze.
The man looks over at David as Damien storms off, and he looks back at Alaric and Thaddeus. Quite the rude man you have in your party. Now, you could potentially beat me up for information, but that's not how things work in New Tempest. The authorities would be all over you within seconds. And you could try asking other people, but you never know if they're going to have the same information as me or if they're going to tell you the truth. I am a verified merchant here in New Tempest. I'll give you my paperwork. You have my word that I will not lie to you on this trade. Others will try to swindle you. I'll give you a fair price for this information.
Sir, we can make a deal. Can buy more of your fish for, exchange for information. I could make a hefty purchase of fish if you like.
See, now you're speaking my language. I'd rather you buy the fish, truthfully.
Do you deliver?
Oh, yes, of course. What's the address?
He just gives him the address of where he's staying at right now.
Perfect. So, for this knowledge, this information that you're wanting, you might want to call your friend back since I'm going to be giving you this information before he wastes his money elsewhere and tries to scam somebody. But tell you what, buy 15 gold worth of fish, and I'll tell you exactly where that group of strapping young lads went to. It's a fair deal.
He will give him 20 gold, and that's for the delivery as well.
Oh,
Better
good
not be
stuff.
hot fish.
That was a very generous offer.
Somewhere Pobin's out there in the cell in like prison, sucking on his fingers. I could use some hot fishing right now. Hot fishing extravaganza. Pobin, baby.
I was robbed.
It's not hot fish. Sorry, Kendall. That's a season 1 joke. So for 20 gold, the merchant's eyes light up. Oh, well, if you're going to add 5 more gold to the deal that I was offering you, then who am I to say no? Listen, pop 20 gold right now, and I'll give you whatever information you need, man.
He hands him the gold.
He takes that 20 gold quickly, undiscriminately, takes it.
Thirsty.
He looks up at you after he takes your gold, and he pockets them. So those 3 young lads, I remember, they were just like your group, asking questions about undead, thinking they were going to save the world. I'm assuming from the Adventurers Guild. Your information and intel is correct. Sailors have spotted some undead along the coast of Zephyr's Bay, to the west specifically from here. There is a path you can take from the docks that will take you along the coast. If you like long walks on the beach, it's probably the best route to take. But if you follow the path along the coast west from here, Some of the sailors have spotted these undead, probably a good 2 hours worth from here. Straight walk along the coast. Now, it's not the most fun walk. As you know, Zephyr's Bay is full of harpies, kobolds, and whatnot. But, taking this path will save you from potentially coming across the kobolds, at least. Can't say much for the harpies. Those things can fly. But it's better than going out of New Tempest and then along the farmlands and then getting to the coast from that. You'll definitely run into the kobolds in that direction. But westwards from here, about 2 hours. Keep walking along the beach. And apparently some sailors mentioned they've seen undead at night. Only at night, though. Can't really say exactly where the undead are, but they are along the coast on the beach. I'm assuming they're holed up somewhere in some cove or something. They don't come out in the day, which means you probably won't come across them until you late in the evening, unless you find where they're hiding within a cove or cave or something. But there you go. There you have it. For additional gold, you could probably ask a sailor here to just sail you into that area instead of walking for 2 hours, but I don't own a ship, so that's beyond me. Thank you. You have a good day, unless there's any other fish you'd like to buy.
Oh no, thank you, kind sir. So, Alaric is trying to wonder what time of day it is right now.
It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
And when is it usually like dusk or evening?
At the current time of year here in New Tempest, you would know that it begins to get dark around 7 p.m.
So, and walking the way would take 2 hours.
Correct.
Or we could set sail and by asking sailors, but that would be even faster.
Correct. But you'd have daylight on your side.
Okay, so I guess the question is like, so Alaric asked the party, should we venture the cove now, or should we wait later during the evening when the undead are walking among us? I do have, mind you, I am a Twilight cleric that have powers that are able to use the darkness in our good gesture. What do you say, Damien or Isundra?
I've walked away. I was upset.
With the 20 gold.
Yeah, I'm talking to somebody else.
Oh. She wanted to go get a drink.
She's over there drinking. Not this man spending 20 gold on information we could have gone for free.
Yeah, I'm talking to some old lady.
Damien, come here. We have to decide what to do.
What? Hold on, ma'am. Thank you.
Of course, strapping young lad. You're so handsome. Thank you for talking to little old me.
Oh, stop. Yeah, you be bad. All right now. You have really ripe fruit. Best in the whole place, I tell you. Thank you.
Thank you, good sir.
He pockets an apple. Yes, I'm building rapport.
So I was talking amongst our party here, and I was curious, do you think we should venture into the cove now, or should we move later during the evening? I also just want to remind you that I am a Twilight cleric that is able to use the powers of the darkness for our party.
You literally said that like an hour ago. Quit reading me your resume. We know you're amazing. So, did you get any information that you had to pay for? I can't believe that guy.
Well, that wasn't of my volition. I've just joined all of you. I couldn't step in. I was hoping someone else would have told him otherwise, but he was feeling very generous, and I couldn't decline.
Oh, rich boy paid for it. That makes sense. Better
I
him
paid
than
for
one of us.
fish, not information. Thank you very much.
Oh, so he told you nothing?
But you paid them an extra 5 gold.
For delivery.
Wow.
Wow. Mr. Thaddeus Faust III. Before you, we had cleric by the name of Ediar. Very cheapskate. He would never give extra 5 gold for this information we could have gotten for maybe 10.
He would have just went to the church and gave it to them. Listen, my New Year's resolution was to stop pocket watching. So you know what? You want to basically throw away your money? You could have got a drink. It's on you.
Yeah, I was paying for labor. I mean, as far as my parents owning a business themselves, a value of good work. It's
Are you
going to be
even
delivered.
are you even sure of the quality of fish that was provided to you? I do know that he said he was a merchant and was true to his word, but did you even assess the fish that that you were purchasing?
Oop, a read.
I have eyes.
Oh.
But do they work?
Damn!
Oh, wait, the girls are fighting.
Yes, they do.
Well, I'm just saying, I could have persuaded the man myself to talk about the cove, but you insisted to give him the 20 gold, which I did think was a little pricey for the information that we could have been given.
This is true. That extra 5 gold could have gone to maybe a potion or something. Maybe a fancy new cloak for Damien. You
Hmm.
know? Maybe some fresh oil for Damien's new wig.
I got plenty of money after my last. Listen, I don't need or want for much right now, okay? And I take pride in that. I worked really, really hard for my last group, and I'm reaping the benefits. Again, you want to waste his money? It's on him. It's not like he can't just snap his fingers and have mommy or daddy or whoever give him some more. Anyway, where we headed?
So the merchant was telling us we have two different options, or three if you want to go um, the hard route. So we have two easier choices among us. We could either go west along the path to Zephyr's Bay, which would take about 2 hours, or we could talk to the sailors, and that would take a short amount of time by them taking us to the cove by sea. Or we could take the harder route, which is filled with kobolds and harpies, in which, and by the time we make it there, it'll be dusk.
I mean, I'm always in favor of making friends with boats. Although,
We'll likely have to pay for it.
Which we already lost 20 gold for earlier today.
paying for a boat
Wh-
makes sense. But some
Who is this
information
we?
that I was really close to getting. Well, you know what? Yeah, if we do have to pay, how about you handle that too? Heavy pockets.
God damn.
So I want to make my way to the sailors then.
Okay. Does everyone follow Damien?
Yeah, Alaric follows
Yeah.
along.
That
I
makes
have
the most
no
sense.
desire to walk 2 hours.
Sounds
Fair.
like someone's lazy to me.
All that armor on, and you want to walk 2 hours?
Why not?
I know you're chafing down there. You have nothing to prove.
I mean,
It's
you like to
okay.
check, but I'm fine.
I don't like to waste my stamina getting there. I like to save my energy for the fight.
This
Yeah,
is true.
restoring my energy is being able to relax, meditate. Think
Yes.
about not killing a Virus Day Darkmoor.
Uh,
Smile,
do-
relax, breathe.
Damien, perhaps we do not say that name in public.
Why would you want to kill that person for?
Do
Never
you
mind
even-
that.
Do you even know who Avirus the Darkmoor is? Thaddeus.
Well, I'm gonna do history to see if he knows.
Oh, I just saw 10 intimidation on the chat. Were you trying to intimidate someone, bro?
Oh, that was old. That's
Oh, okay.
when he was trying to charge all that money.
Oh, sorry. I did not see that.
History.
History is
you've heard of her.
16. Yep, you've definitely heard of Avirus the Darkmoor. You know that she has recently taken the mantle for her house's name. She is now the only living Darkmoor at this current time. You don't know all the details about her, but you are well aware of the name.
Yes, my family has dealt with the Dockmores. I mean, the father was a little bit off, but their family are. I shouldn't talk ill of the dead, but anyway, I am familiar with them.
Yeah, then you'd know what they're capable of and the things that they've done, which means you shouldn't feel bad for them. Everyone should want to kill them if they knew what I knew. So, we're just going to leave it at that. Hey, and he starts walking up to a sailor doing something,
You see this sailor, he's just
trying to change the subject.
the sailor's just blazing about right now. His ship, they're preparing to set sail, but this particular sailor is just chilling. He sees Damien walk up to him. Oi!
What's up?
Not much. What about you?
Working hard or hardly
I'm
working?
chilling, man. Fuck
Oh.
working hard, bro.
Tch, relatable.
That's right. I've done all my hard work on sea. While we're docked, we'll leave the youngins to that.
Speaking of sea, when are you guys heading out again?
Not too far from, or not too long from now. Let me see here. The time. It's about 3:10. We're supposed to be leaving here in about 30 minutes or so. Why do you ask?
Where are you headed?
Straight northwest from here. Doing some trading.
Is that where we need to go?
West is
West.
little west.
Northwest. I mean, they might be able to take us halfway, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you guys mind if we hitch a ride?
What do you mean hitch a ride? Where are you trying to go? And who's
So
we?
So, yeah, he flashes his Adventurers Guild badge.
Ah, adventurers from the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah,
And what does a lonely sailor like I have to offer you as far as our ship goes? Are you looking? Please tell me you're not trying to fight some sea creature, some Sahagwins maybe? That's not what we're about, please.
been there, done that, bro. Now, two different groups from our guild have gone missing, and they haven't returned from this job, and we got to see what's going on.
Oh,
Yeah. So
go
if you could-
on.
Why you say it like that?
I'm nosy.
Oh, yeah, me too, me too. But yeah, we were just wondering if you could get us at least half of the way there, save us some travel time. The sooner we get there, the better. I can't imagine they're in a good way.
Yes, yes, we're trying to head to Zephyr's Bay.
Damien
or-
turns around. Damn.
I was
Sorry.
hoping to help. I'm sorry if I
Damn, you just
interjected.
quiet. I didn't hear you walk up. This is my friend, Alaric. Alaric.
Pleasure to meet you.
Did I say it
Hello.
right? Alaric.
Alaric is fine.
Alaric. Yeah, this is Alaric.
It's
I'm
good to
Damien.
meet
If you didn't see that on my badge, excuse
Oh,
me. Where are my manners?
I did see it on your badge. It's good to
Okay.
meet you both. Well, it depends. Where exactly are we taking you? We can't really make pit stops now. You have to go west from here, so we won't be able to take you directly. Are you trying to get to another island? Or where are we going?
Have you ever heard of Zephyr's Bay? It's a cove out west.
Oh, of course, yes. I mean, technically, we're still within Zephyr's Bay, so you just need to be dropped off along the coast somewhere then.
Correct.
Pretty much.
Ah, do you know exactly where?
Not exactly, but we can figure it out. Got pretty good survival senses.
Well-
Unless, have you heard of any thing about the undead amongst the coast?
There have been some sailors from other ships talking about some spottings of undead. My crew and I particularly haven't seen them. But I have heard news of undead along the coast. So it seems like you are looking for these undead then, and you're going to need a ride. Well, I'll tell you what. I can talk to the captain and see if he's willing to give your group a ride. It might cost you a few gold, since it's technically going to be slowing our departure from Zephyr's Bay a bit. But we'd be willing to drop you off somewhere for the right amount of coin. How many people are joining the both of you?
It's a party of 5.
Oh, okay. It's not bad. Give me about 20 minutes. Let me go speak with the captain, and I'll return with the details, if you don't mind.
Sure. Thanks, man.
Yeah, of course. The sailor turns around. He walks onto his ship. As you can see, many of the sailors on that same ship are preparing to leave docks. And as he leaves you guys there, you're just standing amongst each other. 20 minutes do go by fairly quickly. And the sailor returns with his captain. And you see this captain slowly walking down the plank onto the dock. He's your stereotypical fucking pirate looking motherfucker. He's got a peg leg. It's not bootleg Tommy now, but he's got a peg leg. He's got a left-handed hook, eye patch. He's got this giant cigar in his mouth with this thick black mustache and beard. Long red coat. He steps down. Oi, I hear you're looking to make a deal. We take you out to the west and drop you off for some gold. Sailor here has told me you're adventurous in the guild looking to slay some undead. He takes a puff of this giant cigar.
Yes, that is correct. And how much gold would you need for to send us our way?
Well, my crew and I, we are delivering goods to an island far off to the northwest of Tirasta. Taking you to the west from here is going to slow us down a good hour or so. So, with that in mind, a good hour or so is going to cost the five of you a good amount of money. I'd say about 45 gold for all five of you. That's a fair price considering there's five of you, and I could technically charge each of you 45 gold, but I'm charging you all a total of the 45.
Can't be mad about it. Damien
Right.
reaches in his satchel to cough up his share.
Ah, very good. Are you paying the full 45 or just your share of the 45?
Nah, he gives him 10 gold.
Okay.
Just a little more than my share.
Okay. Who else is paying? He looks at the other four of you.
I'll also offer my share.
Isundra hands hers as well.
Be 9 gold technically for each of you if you were to split it evenly between 5.
Yeah, there's a tip. Don't spend it all in one place. And he taps him on the shoulder. Oh, let's see what this piece of shit's looking like. And he starts walking onto the boat.
He takes everyone's gold. He goes, "Ooh, extra gold for a tip. Don't mind if I do. Welcome to the ship. It's
So,
not much, but my crew and I are very pleasant. We'll be delivering a bunch of goods. Please, hands off the goods. If we find you opening any of the crates, we'll be tossing you off board. Do you hear me?"
You hear me? Yeah, I hear you.
Please don't mind my friend here.
Very good. Well, welcome aboard the Kagler. Fine ship indeed. He will treat you good for the hour that you were with us. Now, come on. We have about 10 minutes left before we set sail. Get on board, or you're left behind.
That's Thaddeus broke ass in the chat.
that was before trying to make the payment.
I'm weak.
He said,
I only have 5 gold left.
And you was talking all that shit about giving that man 20 gold. That's crazy. I have 6,000 gold. You should have just let me ask somebody else. That's crazy.
Oh, it's so funny. Look at
Do you need me to pay your share? Or did you pay?
He's
No, I
4
don't
gold
think he-
short.
Yeah, I don't think you mean.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my-
I'll pay it.
Wait a minute. I need to hear this in roleplay though.
Thaddeus, are you
Damien's
sure?
already on the boat. Come on, what are you doing?
While everyone's getting on board, Thaddeus is still standing there, and
Just looking at this, like,
the
purse.
captain just looks at Thaddeus, holds his hand out, smokes his cigar again with his left hand.
Thaddeus, are you okay down there?
All right, cough up the 9 gold. It's the rest of your teammates did.
I may try to ride. I'm a little bit short.
What do you mean you're a little bit short? Look at the armor you're wearing. You look like you're strapped.
He didn't even ask for anything. You mean to tell me you don't have 10 gold? 9 gold? Really, I paid extra. 8 gold?
Don't really carry that much gold on me.
Wow. Wow.
Yaito's looking from on top of the ship. Yaito's looking down on the docks at Thaddeus. Thaddeus, I thought you had money. You gave 20 gold. 5 extra gold.
to merchants. Now you can't pay 9 gold for a ship.
You know what they say? If you can't afford to tip, don't go out to eat. And Damien starts walking back down the plank. Jesus Christ! Don't embarrass him, everyone. Everyone, just leave it alone. We know he didn't have it. And then he goes in his pocket and he pulls out another 10 gold. Sorry about that, man.
The captain takes another smoke. No need to apologize. It's not on you. It's on him, Mr. Paladin that follows Erdis.
Damn, that was messy. Leave my boy alone. All right, Thaddeus.
He walks on his ship.
He's
Not
not
saying
even.
a word.
I better not find out you're lying about being broke.
Is Thaddeus even ashamed of himself right now? Like embarrassed? Or does he not give a fuck? He just walked on that ship proudly.
He's trying to hide that he's embarrassed.
Okay.
So I don't know if I need to roll something for that.
You can't fool me.
Yeah, no,
I've
that
been
would
in
be
the trenches before. I know
that
what
would
it's
be
like.
that would be Damien trying to roll an insight to see if he can catch on to that.
Nah, I've made up my mind.
I'll do a roll for the insight.
Damn, messy as fuck. Okay. Go ahead and roll me an insight then, Kendall. Oh, 15. You know he's embarrassed. He's hiding it. You can tell, you can see some of the sweat coming down Thaddeus's cheek. You can just tell he's nervous or at least somewhat embarrassed. A
So
very small tint of red on his face.
So Alaric walks up to Thaddeus. Good in you to have your head held up high, old chap, and pats him on the back as he boards the ship.
Swear this never happens to me. It's the first time ever.
Well, if I must say anything, I do think it's a lesson learned for being a little more generous than what we have. But as a cleric, with religion myself, I do understand where you're coming from with that.
Just gives a little nod. Just gets on the ship.
Good sir, Mr. Paladin. Thaddeus, do you need to borrow some gold from Yaito, maybe? Are you going to be able to eat with just 5 gold?
I have food. I just bought a bunch of fish.
Which will be delivered to your destination. We might be gone for days. You never know. Have you never been questing before for Adventurers Guild?
I have rations.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay. Do not let Yaito hear you asking for gold in future then, okay?
Look, we're getting paid after this job. You won't be a broke bitch for long. It's cool.
Yeah, but didn't he turn it down?
He did.
Yes, he did.
I am screaming, crying, and hollering. You know what? You're nothing but a leech. He points at him. We're not going to be taking care of you. I got kids at home.
gold. I have gold in my bank. Thank
Have
you.
an EDR after all.
Where's the bank at? How many locations do they have nationally?
There should be one in New Tempest. He should have got money out.
Again, I do not carry very much gold on me.
They don't have ATMs. You just got to go to the branch, huh?
So next time we rent a room, if we need to, you are sleeping on the floor.
I'm weak. Who said he's getting a room?
Right.
This is true.
He's gonna
You
be in
have
the
a good
stables.
point. Maybe stables, maybe outside in the grass, in the
Yeah.
mud.
You know
Damn,
what?
Yaito's putting you in the mud.
I'm not going to be mean like that. We'll never get Elroy back at this rate. I got to get my good karma up. I will get you the absolute cheapest room they have available.
Meanwhile, the captain is hearing all this. He just laughs. He bursts out in laughter. Ain't this some shit? Paladin's getting shit for being broke. Nah, ain't nothing new about that. All right, get ready. We're preparing to get on sail now in like 2 minutes. Stay away from the edge. Don't want to fall off. There's some nasty creatures in these waters. All right, men. Let's go. Get the sail up. Let's go. And at this point, you see all the sailors running around, preparing to set sail. The mast is opened. The wind begins to pick up, and slowly the ship begins to leave the dock. It's only going to take about an hour or so of sailing to get to your destination. Probably a little less than that, considering it's a 2-hour walk now that you're on ship. But within that small time frame, the sailors do take you to a particular destination. And as you sail along the coast, you can see there is vast amount of just rocks and mountainous terrain along the coast. There is a beachy area to walk, but it is difficult terrain. It would not have been a fun walk by any means. It's not a nice, fancy beach people go to relax. It's not resort level looking. It's a lot of just cliffside mountains and just rocks, boulders everywhere along the beach. And it's a fairly empty coast, though. You don't see any harpies flying around during the day. You don't see any kobolds running around either. But after a good hour, 40 minutes to an hour or so, the ship or the captain comes down and he points. He has these binoculars or whatever, and he looks over towards the coast and he points.
Mateys, over there, over there. I would like to think if there are any undead roaming the damn coast, they might be in that area. It looks like there might be some coves, maybe a hidden cave or so in there. Can't really see much, but I kinda see what looks like maybe backpack or something on the beach there. Could be from one of your prior adventurers from the group, maybe left it behind. That might be a good place to start. But I'll have 2 of my sailors row you to shore from here. Can't say they're going to wait for you, though. They're going to be returning to my ship once you're dropped off. So you're going to have to walk back. Can't leave our emergency boat with you guys, if you know what I mean.
I expected as such. We'll figure it out.
All right, well, hop on board. And he's got 2 sailors. They're dropping the smaller boat into the water for you all to descend into so they can take the paddles and take you to shore. Unless there's anything else you guys need to do on this ship.
Yeah. Just trying to hurry up and get off that ship.
Isundra elbows Thaddeus and she goes, maybe that backpack will have some gold in it.
Damn! He doesn't respond. He doesn't have a response or a reply for that.
What is wrong, Thaddeus? We are just trying to make a funny. We don't mean harm. We really do not. Would you like a cup of tea when we get to shore?
We have a mission to get to. We can have tea after.
There is always time for tea, my friend. Always.
He's right, you know. There was times where I was like, there's no way we'll have time for tea. But I was wrong.
See? Even Damien agrees.
Mm-hmm.
So all of you
just shakes his head and heads off.
Well, as all of you board the smaller boat, the 2 sailors, they bring you to shore. And as soon as you land, they allow all 5 of you to step off, and the sailors look at you.
Well, good luck, people. Hope you don't die. Have fun with the undead.
And they take the paddles and they begin to row back to their ship before they end up sailing off, leaving you guys on the beach by yourselves in this difficult terrain. And as you guys stand there, there is what seems to be like a backpack in the far distance. You guys will have to make some rolls, see what you see. But you guys are left to your own devices. All you hear now are the waves of the water crashing along the coast and occasionally some seagulls off in the distance. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon at this point, so sun's still out and you can still see clearly. It's bright out and there aren't any clouds to really shadow anything beneath them. So what do you guys do?
Can I roll a perception check?
Yes, you can. You rolled a 14. Are you just looking around? See what you spot?
Do I see anything out in any besides the backpack or?
As you're looking around the coast, you do notice, again, you're up against mountainous terrain. You do notice several sharp rocks and boulders coming from the ocean along the coast. There is the backpack, of course, but you do also notice along the backpack, you spot some weaponry that's been dropped nearby. You spot a sword
unsheathed, by the way. And you also spot a two-handed heavy axe in the sand. That's all you necessarily see with your perception at this current time.
It looks like there's some weapons off nearby the shore.
You have an 11 on your perception, Damien. You see basically the same stuff that Alaric sees.
Okay.
And you guys are about 20 feet, well, no, more like 40 feet out from that backpack.
Oh, yeah, I want to walk up to it and like investigate more. I want to see if there's like
Yeah,
Alaric follows.
any
Thaddeus will do
blood
the
or-
same.
Okay.
He's looking for that gold.
Right. Can I roll an Arcana to see if like there's
Magic
yeah,
tied to the backpack or anything, or around it?
yeah, or the weapon.
Yeah.
Okay.
14 Arcana. As you try to sense for any magical auras or anything coming from the backpack or the weapons, you do not sense any magic coming from any of them. However, with you trying to sense Arcana, you do get a very slight feeling of magic kind of emanating a little to the north from you, near the mount or near the cliffs. That's
Okay.
all.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, now that I know it's semi-safe, I go in the bag and look the contents.
As you dig into the bag, you find rations, you
Mhm.
find a dagger, you
Mhm.
also find a scroll that's stuffed in there with a map. The scroll you do find, unless you open it, you're not going to know what it is, but it's a tied up scroll, but there's also a map of what looks like the beach in that bag.
Damien's just gonna open the map. He just pulls all the other stuff out one by one and sits it on the ground for other people if they want to look at it.
As you open the map up, it looks like it's hand-drawn by whoever owned this backpack. It's basically a map of the coast, all the way from the docks of New Tempest to your current location. Whoever drew this map was keeping notes of the locations as they most likely walked the path. And on the map, you notice there's a giant X with a circle on it that is to your north on the map, where the magic you felt slightly coming from is also located. And again, you're at the beach level. The cliffs are much higher than you guys, so you're looking up at giant cliffs. I mean, trying to get up these cliffs is gonna be very difficult. They're about 50 to 70 feet high. But you don't know. There could be a hidden cove or cave somewhere.
Well, this map seems pretty straightforward. It definitely sense magic coming from that way. And this looks to be where the map is pointing. I'm not great with maps, but what do y'all think?
Perhaps you should also take a look at the scroll.
You open that. I ain't fucking with that.
Okay, so what kind of check can I do to open the scroll?
Make me an Arcana check.
Just don't read it out loud.
Yep. See what you know. 15 Arcana. As you take the scroll, you slowly open it up to look into it to see if you can understand the scroll. And with a 15 Arcana, you take a look at the text in that scroll, and it is a scroll of levitate. It will allow the caster of the scroll to levitate, cast the spell levitate.
On themselves or other people or both?
Either or.
Can it be both?
One
is it
creature.
One
So,
person,
yep, one
yeah.
person. Yep.
Thaddeus wants to do like a check for like tracks or things like that. See what was around that.
Make me a survival check.
Okay. Nope.
So
And an
as you look around with 8 survival, Thaddeus, you just don't spot anything within the sand that really catches your attention.
Brown.
Oh, Isundra, though, with a 19 survival, Isundra walks out a little further than you, Thaddeus, and as she's looking around, Isundra does spot something that you just did not, and it's because she walked a little further to the north a little bit. Isundra finds what looks like markings in the sand, as if something was being dragged to the north along the cliffs, or towards the cliffs.
Does it look like something walking dragged it or something like
You do
four-legged
notice.
drag it?
You do notice there are some footprints that are dragging something. There's footprints, and then just a streak of could be this. It's a medium-sized object that was being dragged. Can't tell what it was being dragged, but there are footprints.
They're
And the
like
footprints are,
humanoid footprints?
yep, they're bipedal. It looks like there's boots
Hmm.
or shoes of some kind.
All roads seem to lead to those cliffs. They're pretty high, though. It's gonna be a
It's-
jaunt, guys. And he pulls his flask out.
So we could use a scroll of levitation, although it only would allow one of us to. You said it would only allow one of us to go through with the scroll, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
so
but
whoever-
maybe somebody could jump on your back. That could be two of us.
Weigh him down?
So the scroll of
Mhm.
levitation allows you to cast levitate on a target that weighs up to 500 pounds.
But the question is, which two of us should use the spell to make it to the north of this cliff?
I mean, it is climbable, correct? We just have to roll well.
Yes, it is climbable, and again, the cliffs are high. I said they're about anywhere from 50 and above feet high. Levitate will only take you 20 feet high.
Hmm.
Okay, so we'll have to, or we could just follow the path that we saw.
Yeah,
Yep.
that'll likely put us into combat. But that's fine, I guess. I do have a hook and a grappling hook I can use to climb this, but
Yeah, I don't
not,
have confidence of Thaddeus climbing
that's true.
with all that armor on.
Jeez.
So I
He's
think
not
since
Roy now.
Yeah, but you got all that armor on. I wouldn't trust Ediar either. But Ediar can fly.
Looks like it would be a hard climb. I think we should look for another way.
it would probably be best for all of us to just follow the tracks that Isundra found. Although we should be aware if any dangers that we may encounter.
This is right. Also, keep your eyes in the sky for any potential harpies. I know harpies here in New Tempest like to look down from these cliffs. Terrible creatures. We do
Sounds
not
like
have
he knows something.
we do not have harpies in the Shido. Creatures close enough to harpies, but no harpies.
Have we fought harpies before?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I don't remember.
Oh yeah. Season 1. After you talk to good old the good old farmer about his hat,
Oh.
his neighbor fucking spilling
Yep.
the beans.
The wife was happy that he's dead.
Yeah, like I said, Harpies to Hoglin's been there, done that. What's really good? Like, if we gotta fight them, we gonna fight them. We fought them at what, level 3? I'm level 7. Let's fucking go.
Careful what you say. Ryan's listening.
This is also very true.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'm a core cast member. You can't fucking kill me off.
Oh boy.
Hey.
I'm weak. He said, I want
Farmer,
a
if-
challenge.
I do love a challenge. Y'all remember the farmer that showed you the way? It was Cletus Ray.
I'm weak. Not you trying to make him matter all of a sudden. I ain't heard his name since he died.
Y'all found Lester dead by some harpies. But yeah, so do you guys follow the tracks then?
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
should.
Okay. So as the party, you follow the tracks north as the map pinpoints there is a location with that X on that map, about 15-minute walk. You finally reach the bottom of these cliffs, and once you get there, the tracks do end. However, I won't make a perception check here for you guys. There is a small opening into these cliffs from the ground level of where you're standing. It looks like a small cave entrance. It's about 10 feet wide, so not very big, but it's dark, and the tracks all lead to that location. There aren't anything else, there isn't anything that stands out along the outside of the entrance. There aren't any other weapons or anything like that. The only thing that you see are these tracks that go in, or at least towards that cave entrance.
Okay. Well, does anyone have any type of spell that casts light? Is it dark? Or do you
It's
need
dark
night
in there.
vision?
It looks dark in there.
Yeah. I mean, I have a lantern. I'm gonna light that.
Okay, you have a lantern.
Because I'm human.
I don't think anything.
You have dark vision, don't you?
Yeah, I have dark vision. Yeah, I don't have
Oh.
anything that casts light.
It's fine. I have my lantern. Like I'm in the fucking.
So I have like the
1800s.
cantrip, the light cantrip. Can I use that to light an object?
Yes, you can.
Mm-hmm.
Do we? Is it up to me to light an object, or I mean, like any specific object, or?
Yep, you just have to touch an object that is no larger than 10 feet. So, like, if you
Like
have like
her
a
sword or something.
yeah, or something, yeah, or a stick or something.
Okay, so Alaric volunteers. So I could use my glaive to enlight and use as a resource of light as we walk into the cave. What do you think of that?
Oh, please. And he puts down his lantern and blows it out.
This is good. That will give you a good 20 feet of light around you. Alaric, if you would like to lead the way, then please do. And that's where we'll end this episode of Taverns and Caverns. Thank you, everyone, for listening to another exciting episode of Taverns and Caverns. This is your Dungeon Master, HaphazardDM. You can find me on Twitter at HaphazardDM.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's Bri. I play Damien/Desiree, and you can find me on Twitter at Blaze_NBK.
Hi, I'm Felicia, and I play Isundra. You can find me anywhere on the internet at daggertribal.
Hi, I'm Rod or Rodimus, playing Thaddeus. You can find me on Blue Sky at Rodimus83 or Twitter or X at Rodimus7901.
Hey, my name is Kendall, and I play Alaric Silverwind, and you can find me on Twitter at AirDashClubKen.
All right, thank you guys. Those are our players for Taverns and Caverns Season 3. And again, don't forget to check out the Taverns and Caverns Patreon. On our Patreon, you'll find exclusive monthly episodes that are strictly exclusive to our Patreon, as well as some additional content that you won't want to miss. So thanks again, everyone. Until next time on Taverns and Caverns.